Welcome back, gods and goddesses, to the Gifted Goddess channel, where I channel my gifts for the collective advantage. And I encourage you to not only seek your gifts, but to find meaningful ways to employ them as the Most High may deem fit. That was different. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are just joining us, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the page. Okay. Also, if you are returning, thank you for returning. I definitely appreciate your continued support. If you haven't done so already, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, as we would like to keep more people uploaded with the latest downloads. Okay. So I definitely have something special coming for you guys. I will let you know as soon as it drops and is available. Just another tool to put in your toolkit on this journey, okay? Especially if you're someone receiving 111, as I say that, divine messages and things of the nature, right? Downloads and those things. So be on the lookout, keep listening in and tuning in so you can catch the latest updates. Definitely have some things in store for you guys. But let's continue on this message. When I got up, so I channeled this message last night. It's a bit of a teaching moment. So when I got up today and I saw 904, lessons to be taught, teaching to be taught, classes and sessions. Okay, class, are you ready? Do you have your pencils and paper? Eyes forward. I'm hearing shoulders back. Okay, straighten those glasses, straighten those crowns. Let's get into this divine teaching message. 555 on my spiritual clock as I say this. If you haven't been here, I have a clock that is not on the correct time. It does what it wants to do, and it is at 555 right now. So definitely divine change in the energy, building foundations comprised of change. Okay, changing the systems and circumstances and dynamics in which we operate within. So let's get into the message. Call of duty is significant. This message in and of itself is a call of duty. 1244 as I channel this message. And what we know from that is we are called to see ourselves higher. This is a message for the divine masculines, okay? If you resonate with it, okay, you know what I always say. If it applies, then catch this vibe. If it doesn't, just let it fly, okay? Nothing personal. Like I said, this message is for the divine masculines in the energy. So let's tap in. Direct message from Spirit I got yesterday. These ain't my words, these is his. Don't crucify the messenger, okay? Eyes ready, attention forward, okay? So I got the names Mark, Byron, Brian, Aaron, Josiah, and overall just men of faith on their spiritual journey of ascension. If you're here, you're already clocked in, you already know, okay, you're already on that path. So this message is definitely for you. You definitely want to share this message if it resonates with you. Specifically, if you know there are other men who are getting the call of duty, okay? We need to definitely spread these messages so everyone can get in alignment. I'm just hearing get in line. Okay, so Call of Duty, you know what that means. Attention. It's real in the spiritual field, fellas, okay? Playtime is over. If you're here, you already know you quit on your path of destruction, right? You are now in alignment with the Most High, by any means necessary. And what he means by that is just via your chosen spiritual path. So whether religion, spirituality, whatever path led you here, thank God, right? And, definitely embrace a attitude of gratitude, as I always say, okay? But Spirit just wants to simply acknowledge that, yes, you have taken the right path to ascend yourself instead of just playing the field, is what I'm hearing. So kudos to you, fellas, for being here in this energy, embracing change, right? Building foundations of change, okay, for yourselves and, obviously not just yourselves, but the collective as well, and future generations to come, your lineages. So, whatever path you took to get here, thank you for taking that path. And, we just urge you, Spirit urges you, and as a divine feminine, honey, we urge you and encourage you at this time. I want to just be a person of support. I'm hearing a leg up, okay? So, you have a leg up on those who haven't taken this path just yet, right? You are the leaders of the pack, so to speak. And, you know, the Most High just wants to come and acknowledge that for you. You're on the right path, and we need you here, right, on these paths of ascension alongside women, right? Because women can't do it themselves, right? So just as 654, as I say that, so it's going down these spiritual streets, okay? But just as men need women, women need men, okay? Whatever order you want to take that in. We need each other, okay? So we definitely need more men to step up in their call of duty, okay? And I'm hearing get active in your service in any way your path deems fit. You know your story and situation best. So however you're called to serve, be collective and, the Most High, then do that. Okay. I'm seeing writers. I was about to say recorders. So you might be called to record yourself or speak, right? You might be a writer, a speaker. I'm hearing entertainers, right? In any way that deems fit. Obviously, not everybody is ordained to go out and start a church, but if that's your thing, do that wherever you're called to go. Just know that as long as you are in your highest vibration, creating stable foundations as men are called to do, right? You are in alignment and working for the Most High and your highest good. Okay. I'm getting men of color specifically, okay? You're being called to duty, baby. So thank you for being on this path. Thank you for embracing the journey, right? So let's continue with the downloaded message. You have been designated in certain places with certain people over certain houses and situations, okay? As stewards of the Most High. Spirit reminds you now, to whom much is given, much is required. A foundation of faith was needed first, is what I'm hearing. Positions of power require principles of purpose to be prioritized. As I received a download, it was 4:44 a.m. after that sentence, okay? So what that lets me know is you guys were, like the Most High Spirit is speaking through me to you. You guys were, I'm hearing, prioritized in being positioned in certain places and spaces over certain people, okay? Or let's say with certain people, okay? Because what we don't want to get into is the ego driven, kind of domineering energy, right? That's what the Most High is calling, men to change, right? Okay, change in our ways of thinking, y'all way of thinking rather. But, as women, we're being called to change our way of thinking. We can't run around and say we don't need men. The same goes for men. You can't run around and say you don't need women, okay? It's a divine system. Something about the 15th is significant. I'm getting 10-15. Somebody could be a Libra, or there's heavy balance in the energy, right? Also, justice in this call to arms, so to speak, right? You guys have been placed in situations because you have embraced this journey, okay? So now that you've embraced this journey, either you have been put in situations or you will be put in situations over certain things, because now you have that um, stable foundation, okay? You have that faith-based foundation to where you can be entrusted with more, is what I'm getting. So again, kudos to you, and just understand that, as the Most High said, to whom much is given, much is required. As I said before, positions of power require principles of purpose to be prioritized. So Spirit wanted me to emphasize that again, okay? For clarity, you have to have principles of purpose, okay? Not just paychecks, okay? So I'm hearing other things too, okay? What you have to understand is you're being called to step into your purpose. No more playing around, no more playing the field, okay? We need strong men who are on their spiritual path and journey, whatever that may look like for you, to create systems and foundations specifically, okay, in the different places you are called to start those foundations. So we thank you. You have many nations within you waiting to be built on all platforms in various ways, as I mentioned before. So be obedient in what you're called to do. Don't look at how other people are going about their path and their journey. Do what you are called to do in the ways that you're called to do them. Okay, like I said, you could be, I'm hearing screenplay, writers, um, actors, entertainment. It could be anything, right? Literally anything. I'm hearing artwork. So definitely, if you're here, you are in tune with the arts, but you're being called to step into positions of purpose, of leadership, okay? To set the example of how these young men should be coming up after you. So, as I always say, it's for the collective advantage, not just for self. While it will benefit self, you are definitely called to build foundations for future generations. Again, I can't thank you enough, right? I'm just hearing finally. So, you are being called, okay, for some of you, you're being called to create divine lineages, okay? So I'm hearing those still in childbearing years, or if that's what you're called to do, that's what you're called to do, right? We always say, if you want to make the Most High laugh, tell him your plans for your life. But you're being called to create divine lineages as well. Teaching to the words and ways of the Most High in your own special way. So, any way you are being guided to basically guide and lead and create stable foundations in whatever way the Most High deems fit by way of your specific gifts, right? You could be at the gym and just sharing words of wisdom, or whatever faith or spiritual walk you're in with people you are at the gym with, and you're serving your purpose, okay? So it doesn't always look like having a platform doing the thing. It's as simple as you operating in your everyday life, speaking words of encouragement, building those foundations, spreading the word of upliftment of the Most High to expand the kingdom, if you will, right? If you're not a super religious person, I just need you to don't miss the message, okay? A lot of people hear stuff faith based and kind of run away from it or shy from it. I think because it calls you to a higher standard. But that's exactly what you're being called to do. Raise the standard, okay? The bar is in hell, honey. So it's not hard to be above average at this point, but you're being called to raise the standard. And just remember, it doesn't have to look like a super religious thing, okay? I think that's what the Most High, okay, I know, okay. That's definitely what the Most High wants us to step out of, thinking that everything, one, is that's faith based is meant to be feared, and two, that the only way to do things for the kingdom or for the Most High or for the good of all is through, I'm hearing, religiosity, okay? But if you're on a spiritual journey, you know, right? If you're here, you reach pages, you reach channels like myself and others who are on the spiritual journey, you know it's bigger than just the religious minded aspect, okay? You know, simply doing good for the good of others is doing the work, okay? So, in any way that deems fit, honeys, okay? Let's not get divisive. You know what I say? We're all about unity over here and a crown chakra consciousness and alignment, okay? So, higher thinking, okay? See this on a higher level. Don't get stuck in divisive tactics. Don't let your ego trick you out of your spot, is what I'm hearing. Do what you're called to do. Speak in the ways that you are called to speak. If it's put on your heart to say a certain thing, say it, regardless of how anyone may feel, okay? As you see me doing here time and time again, okay? What I'm not is a speaker, okay? I'm a writer. But like I said, God has a funny way of showing you how much of a joke your plans are at the end of the day. Somebody could be a comedian, right? And your jokes are meant to uplift people. One of the things that I saw, of course, I was scrolling, child, is someone said people kind of downplay the arts, but what do you turn to as soon as you feel some type of way? When you're excited or you're feeling down, you turn on a comedy show, you listen to music, okay? You watch a movie. Those are writers, those are actors, those are painters, those are creators, people of the arts, okay? So even if you're in the art field, okay, and you're called to create, just know that that uplifts as well. Go where you're called to go, beloveds. It doesn't have to look one way, okay? And I think that, especially when we're talking to our masculines, I'll always encourage you, my loves, to um see outside of your like grounded concrete thinking. We know men often are more rooted in the logical headspace and concrete thinking, and kind of get boxed in by certain ideals or ways you were brought up in, and you're being called to change those ways of operating. I'm hearing operating systems. All systems are a go. Now that's definitely some man talk. Cause what? Collective. If y'all know what that means, put it down in the comments. All systems are a go. Like I guess y'all okay. Y'all fired up, ready to go. Let us know. Okay, I see somebody working in a not a factory. Okay, maybe a factory, but like a plant, like a mill. You know, is that the word? Y'all know what I'm saying. You could just be on your regular job, okay? And what you do on your regular job, I'm hearing the conversations that you have day to day are in divine alignment. You don't understand that you are being put in certain people's path for a reason. You're called to say and do the thing. So just say it and do it, whatever you're feeling in your heart, whatever's put on your spirit to say. Just say it, collective. It's okay. Okay. You're a teacher. Okay. And you might not have a classroom. You know, the world is your classroom. The world is your oyster. And you're meant to show your love and compassion, show your love of whatever you deem the Most High to be for you, whatever you link with, whatever you're in alignment with, you're being called to show that. Perhaps you might need to go back to my last reading with the male teacher. You can be a literal teacher in a classroom, okay? Teaching, right? In any way this works for you, okay? It's by way of your gifts, however it comes natural to you. The next line is, you are not just divine teachers, but powerful leaders. The world needs you now. The world has been needing divine masculine energy to step up and lead in only ways a man can. Take your time, okay? Don't rush the process. Timing is everything. Get your ducks in a row. Plan, strategize, and then execute to deliver impeccable results. I'm hearing you know how to do this already. Okay, these are things that you already do. I'm hearing effortlessly 2244 as I say that, okay? So just balancing out stability. It's 1044 on the timer as I say that. You are chosen, fellas, okay, to balance out. I'm hearing the divine feminines as well. You're chosen, to balance out and create stable foundations, okay? Create stability in any way, in any area where you're called to, okay? So remember to deliver impeccable results. Impeccable, okay? Someone needs to look that word up. Listen for divine instructions and then take inspired action as you're called to. Okay, this is where we need to lean in. This is how you know it ain't me, because I don't talk like this. Spirit says to lead with purpose in your loins instead of just pleasure. We shouldn't just be pleasure based or looking for instant gratification. True systems and foundations of stability are firm, okay? And they are built through, I'm hearing, patience, tolerance, so they can be long lasting, okay? You don't want things that are expedient and quick, okay? We see houses being built all the time now, and it takes like 22 days for them to be built, when we know a house of steady and firm foundation that it will be built to last the test of time takes longer to build. So don't rush. Don't be easily swayed. This will require restraint in areas where many men have failed. Some examples I was gotta to give y'all, okay? And this is specifically a call to, I'm gonna just have to call a thing, honey. Black males in particular, okay? I'm hearing black male, okay? Systems and setups of black male. We're called to look at Shannon Sharp's incident, Nick Cannon as an example as well. Okay? Be mindful of the houses you're building and destroying, is what I'm hearing. Those sports coaches, now if y'all know me, y'all know I'm a girl. Like, I'm a girl for real. I don't watch sports, I don't know the things, but there's a coach right now. I'm here in Nevada. There's a coach right now who's in trouble for some philandering activities, okay? Living a pleasure-based life. The coach who I'm being called to discuss, the coach who was married to Nia Long, fumbled the divine feminine, right? Looking for pleasure instead of building what he needed to build. And you see how quickly you lose everything, fellas, okay? That's what you're being called to do different as well. Don't be so easily swayed by the punani, okay? We got to call a thing a thing. I'm hearing get out here and do what you need to do. I'm thinking of Dick Gregory. He was saying how, okay. Names are important here. Be mindful of where you put the D, okay? Don't be giving out the vitamin D like it's Flintstone vitamins, okay, fellas? Do I gotta say it like that? Damn. Anywho, Dick Gregory was saying how people would ask him like how he maintained a strong relationship in marriage throughout his career. He was a comedian, right? Heavy on a comedian. Somebody could be a comedian. I'm hearing Cat Williams too. Okay, so y'all remember how Cat Williams had Warren Shannon? Sometimes you gotta listen. Sometimes you're being divinely guided and y'all ain't listening. Okay, so men get on this thing where y'all don't listen well. I don't know what part of the brain is detached from the ears, but we're going to need y'all to tap in, tune in, and listen. A lot of things, misalignment occurs for not listening to your higher self, not listening to the Most High when He's speaking to you, and not listening and catching the signs and synchronicities that are in front of you, okay, that are trying to warn you from your path of destruction, is what I'm hearing. This is for somebody specific, honey. Dr. Umar as well. Okay. But back to Dick Gregory, what he used to say, somebody don't want me to say this because I keep going off topic. Focus. You might need to focus. Somebody's easily distracted. Okay. That's clearly what we're talking about here. Let's not be easily distracted with what the D wants. Okay. We're going to need you to think with the right head. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you, class. Please highlight that in your notes. Okay. Put a star, asterisk, bold letters. Okay. Highlight it in red. The Most High is saying. Okay. You got it? We good? Dick Gregory now. People would ask how he sustained his marriage throughout the years, throughout his career, traveling, this, that, and the third. And what he said simply was this. He went and did what he was supposed to do. He went and did his job. And he understood at the end of the day, one, he wasn't there for pleasure. He was there to perform a job. And two, he didn't take anything home that he didn't come in there with. Okay? Okay. So his woman was at home. Okay? So you see what I'm saying? He went home. That brings me to Kev on stage. He said that, about his relationship. And he was like, basically, fellas, go to bed. Y'all out all hours of the night. That's how you get into trouble. Okay. Don't put yourself in situations and circumstances to fuck yourself over, fellas. Sorry, but we gotta call a thing a thing. You up all night and everybody face want to have an extra drink, want to stay there, do this, do that. You want to prove yourself to the fellas that you a man. And okay, a lot of y'all friendship circles get y'all in trouble. It was 3011 when I looked down. You are called to be a light worker. You probably are a star seed. I'm hearing and don't know it because you are surrounding yourself. I don't know if y'all can hear that car going off in the background, but super confirmation. It's just going off continuously. Okay, we about to set this shit off because you might need to watch the set it off video that I did. You are a star seed, you are a chosen one. Definitely if this page found you, this channel found you. Some of our pages are significant, honey. Maybe you need to get in your word, get into whatever you practice spiritually, but you're being called higher and you're too busy entertaining a collective child. I don't want to say, okay. Yeah. I'm hearing a bandit of demons. Okay. Just a group of low vibrational energies. And when I say that, don't take it as a negative, like, oh, everybody's a demon. Okay. That's where people get messed up. You're hanging out with the group that want to be out all night at the bar instead of going home to their wives or their girlfriends or knowing they got to go to work the next day. Instead, y'all all hanging out drinking way more than you should, way longer than you should. The Most High wants us to enjoy ourselves. Obviously, we're here as spirits on a human experience, right? I'm hearing on this galactic voyage. Ciao. It's a mess down here. It's ghetto. Send help. But yes, you're being called out of those circles where I'm hearing it's not fruitful. At the end of the day, what does that leave you but hungover and a mess? But hungover in a mess, ill prepared for what's coming next is what I'm getting. Okay, we got some shit going on, fellas. If y'all see what's going on out in the world, it's going down. God damn it. Y'all need to get in order. Jesus. And we need more higher thinking men in positions and places of power instead of these egotistical, kind of chauvinistic, low vibrational men who are kind of just ego based, right? You're being called out of those spaces, right? Wherever you're meant to work, whatever you're meant to do, we need you to show up as your highest self, and you can't do that if you're so easily distracted by alcohol, by the sideline antics of women, okay? By all the extra things that get you away from your path. It's taking too long. Why my hair is too late to apologize? We don't need y'all apologies no more. 33 as I look down. 33, 34. Get in alignment. Get on purpose. You're being called to certain places. We don't need your apologies. We need you to get on purpose. We don't need your apologies. We need you to get in your purpose on purpose. Thank you. Celibacy is important on this path and journey. Yes, I said it. Having internal discipline is important. Treating women as the true gift they are is important. You are being called to stop sowing your seeds at this time, okay? Unless you're married on that path, okay? Sowing of the royal oats. Okay, we're gonna need you to sit them oats overnight, brother. Just cool it for a second. Cause you're missing the bigger picture. You're missing the point. You're supposed to be building foundations of legacy, of longevity, okay? As I said before, you men, you have nations within you waiting to be built, okay? That's why, okay, let's get into it. That's why you are so, I'm hearing frisky. That's why you are so, passionate with the pain, if you will. That is the center of creativity, okay? So that's where you create life, fellas, okay? When you're not creating an actual physical life, you're being called to put and pour life into other things, create other things on your path and your journey, okay? So retain that beautiful life force, okay? So you can get clarity on where you're meant to go. And then you will find your home, quote unquote. Okay? A house is not a house without a woman. You will find your divine counterpart. But first you have to get on your path to purpose. I have a theory, right? I believe that when you are on your path to purpose, everything that is meant for you is on that path. So you just got to stay on that path, okay? And everything that's meant for you is there, okay? The car that's meant for you is on that path. The house that's meant for you is on that path. The woman that's meant for you is on that path. Once you connect with the woman that's on that path that you're supposed to be serving in your divine purpose with, you will have your children of divinity, is what I'm hearing, okay? A cute little boy and girl. I heard a cute little redhead boy and girl. This is going to take some heavy editing, child. But you're being called to treat women as they are, right? Truly a gift. This is important. Think of how you want your daughters to be treated, right? Men with daughters know, okay? Girl dads know how hard you go behind your daughters. If someone treat them poorly or disrespect them, you know how hard you're gonna go about it, okay? Now recognize how all women are the Most High's daughters. You know how you protect yours, 144 on my recording as I say that. Not this one, but yeah, don't worry about it. This is goddess math. Just know it's 144. Okay? Women are the Most High's daughters. Okay? So if you know how you're going to come about yours and come behind yours and protect yours, imagine how he's coming over his. Okay? You got it? Respect is the bare minimum. That's why when you mess over a divine feminine, one, you never get over it. Y'all don't never live that shit down. You should learn from that experience. Two, everything crumbles when you are out of alignment. It's 11 o'clock a.m. on the nose. So just new beginnings, right? Newness. I'm hearing new foundations again. You're being called to a new way of thinking, okay? Instead of just out here all willy-nilly doing anything, focus, get in alignment. Women are to be cherished just as your woman should cherish you, okay? It's not a one-way street, okay? I'm of the firm belief that a man should be spoiled as well, but you can't be begging and pleading and demanding how you want peace and you out here causing chaos. You want a good woman just to cheat on and lie to. Get it together, okay? Now you know how the Most High is coming behind his, okay? Respect is the bare minimum. Provide and protect. If you cannot do that, fellas, his words, not mine, don't crucify the messenger, child. If you can't do that, move out the way so someone better equipped for the job can. You are divinity in human form. Spirit says, act like it. God damn. How many times do this need to be said? Y'all out here acting like the seeds of Satan, child. That's what he's giving, okay? Act like you know better. Act like y'all got some damn sense. This is not a call to perfection. This is the call of duty to lead your platoon with integrity, intelligence, and wisdom toward enlightenment, prosperity, and legacy. If you don't want to do that and you just want to sow your royal oats, move out the way so people who are purpose led can get to where they're going. If you want to play in the field, play in the field. Don't play pretend though. That's what the Most High is saying. Everybody's tired of it. Now, goddamn it, you got the Most High tired of it. Now, I'm hearing it's real hard to piss off the Prince of Peace. Principalities are significant. Understand that these are low vibrational entities working through you to serve their agenda. Okay, so while you're supposed to be working for the Most High, spreading good, love, and light, you just spreading seeds everywhere that you don't intend on taking care of, that you don't intend on watering to grow and mature into full, healthy, fruit-bearing plants and trees and things, okay? I'm hearing desolate fruit. Okay, now we just got barren trees out here of children who aren't being fed, watered, and nurtured correctly because we got men just spreading their seeds everywhere with women they weren't intended to be with in the first place. Okay, got it? Something's got to give, and it's you, collective men, masculines, anyone in masculine energy. I'm hearing masculine specifically. As I said, something's got to give, and it's you, collective. Now be a good sport and follow his lead. He's trying to take us all somewhere through your leadership. Y'all want to boast about a man supposed to lead, a man supposed to lead. Well, where the fuck are we going? Get in alignment so y'all can take us somewhere. Y'all want to fuss so much about how a man's supposed to lead, but where are you going, sir? Your only focus is to make sure that I'm behind you instead of forward focusing on your assignment on where you're supposed to be going. Somebody's got to do it, and that somebody is you. If this found you, congratulations, you're hired. So forward march. We have basic training to get to before you're ready for more. Once I wrote that down, 5:04 was on my timer. If you know, you know. That's heavy spiritual war in these streets, okay? You must be prepared for spiritual battle, as you may not have been taught these ways before. It will require turning it in at a decent hour. I heard heads and beds by 10. Not literally, but some people might need to be literally, because you don't know how to control yourself. Okay? Learn some discipline. It will require you turning it in at a decent hour, early rising hours, hard work, physical labor, strengthening the mental and physical. But for now, at ease, soldier. Now is the time for you to await your marching orders. And with that being said, collective, I'm going to close this message out. I always hope and pray these messages find who they're intended for in divine timing. I trust that if you found this message, it was meant for you, whether personally or to share with another. As I always say, go in love and light, seek purpose, not just paychecks, and always do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And until next time, peace, y'all.